Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, June 1st. It's the 1st of June. New month, beginning of summer. Very exciting. And welcome to Read Aloud. Today we are going to be reading a poem. It's just one page, and then the sheet there's only one sheet of questions that you'll have to answer today, and that is the sheet that you should submit on Seesaw. So there's no additional exit ticket. You just need to submit the work that you do with me in this video, and then you will be good to go. So just like always, I'll post the link to the distance learning folder as well as the folder for today's materials in the description underneath the video. And so you should have access to everything that you'll need. Without further ado, let's read this poem. All right. So, actually, before we get started with reading this poem, I'm actually going to just ask you the first question. How many stanzas are in this poem? Remember, stanzas are sections of the poem. So, how many separate sections are in this poem? How many stanzas are in it? So, take about 30 seconds, count up the stanzas, and write down your answer, and we'll go over it together. Go ahead. All right, so let's count out these stanzas together. Remember, each of these sections is its own stanza. So we've got one stanza here. There's a one, two, three, four. There are four stanzas. They each have two lines in them, so the stanzas are pretty short, but they are still separated in the poem. So we know that there are four stanzas in each poem, even though they're a little short. All right, so the next question is asking about the rhyming pattern. So I think the next step would be to read the poem so that we can figure out if it rhymes. So here we go. About the teeth of sharks. The thing about a shark is teeth, one row above, one row beneath. Now take a closer look. Do you find it has another row behind? Still closer, here, I'll hold your hat. Has it a third row behind that? Now look in and look out! Oh my! I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. Alright, so this poem is a little silly, and we're going to go into why it's silly a little bit later. But the first question that we need to, or the second question that we need to ask ourselves is there a rhyming pattern? And if there is, what is it? Um, so I think a lot of us already know the answer to the first part of this question. Is there a rhyming pattern? But see if you can figure out what this rhyming pattern is all by yourselves, and then we'll go over it together. Go ahead. All right, so let's exit out of this so that we can mark this up. We're going to make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it. Let's see. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Is it not going to go bigger? It's going to go wider, but we need it to be bigger. All right, well, we'll work with what we got. All right, so about the teeth of sharks. The thing about a shark is teeth, one row above, one row beneath. All right, so we already know that those two lines rhyme. So the answer to the first part of the question, is there a rhyming pattern? Yes, there is a rhyming pattern. We got teeth, beneath, find, behind, hat, that, my, goodbye. So we know that there are many words in this poem that rhyme, so there has to be a rhyming pattern. And let's see if we can figure it out. Now remember, the first line is always going to be labeled with an A. This is the first line, and A is the first letter of the alphabet. So the one thing about shark is teeth. One row above, one row beneath. All right, let's look at the endings of those two words. Eth, 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 eth. Well, they're the same, so I'm going to put another A down here. It might be a little cramped. So we've got AA. Let's look at these two lines. Now take a close look. Do you find it has another row behind? Find, behind, eind. Those two rhyme with each other, but they do not rhyme with the words in this stanza. So we need to move on to letter B. B. It's tricky to draw these letters when you are using a computer mouse. So, oh my goodness, look at it. It went up and around. Here we go. Boom. A, B, B. All right, let's go on to the third stanza. Still closer. Here, I'll hold your hat. Has it a third row behind that? Hat, that, hat, that, at. Yep, that rhymes. But it does not rhyme with any of these words up here, so we need to go on to C. We got A, B, B, C, C. Now, I think I know what the next two letters are going to be, but let's check it out before we just start writing on our poem. Now look in and look out. Oh my, I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. All right. My goodbye. I, Captain. All right. So these two words definitely rhyme, but they do not rhyme with any of the words that we've already labeled. So we need to move on to D. D. That is a D, just so you all know. It looks a little strange because I'm writing with a marker on my computer, but it is in fact a D. So the rhyming pattern we have here is AA, BB, CC, DD. AA, BB, CC, DD. So on your sheet, you'll write the yes, there is a rhyming pattern. The rhyming pattern is AA, BB, CC, DD. All right, now, oh, before I go on, um, this is not an answer to one of your questions, but it is interesting to know. When we have two lines like this that rhyme only with each other, so like eth and beneath, teeth beneath, find behind, hat that, my, and goodbye. So each of these sets of two lines are called a couplet. So this is one couplet. This is another couplet. This is yet another couplet. And here's the last one. So this poem is actually made up of four couplets, and each of those couplets is a stanza. And these are all fun poetry words that you'll need now as well as later on in second and third and fourth and fifth grade, all the way up until high school and college. Um, so I just thought I'd point that out now, and you guys are already ahead of the game, so you're good to go. So these are all called couplets. Couplets are two lines that rhyme, but only with each other. All right, now that we've got that straight, next question is, what is the poem about? Now, we can see from the illustration that we have some teeth here. It's not just about teeth. So let's actually read this poem again um, so that we can figure out what this poem is about. About the teeth of sharks. The thing about a shark teeth. Nope. The thing about a shark is teeth. One row above, one row beneath. Now take a closer look. Do you find it has another row behind? Still closer. Here, I'll hold your hat. Has it a third row behind that? Now look in and look out. Oh my, I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. All right. So that last bit makes it a little bit confusing. But up until that last stanza, what do we think this poem is about? Take about 30 seconds to think about it yourselves, and then we'll go over it together. Go ahead. All right, so we know that this poem has something to do with teeth. And from the title and the first stanza, we can tell that these teeth belong to a shark. So it's got something to do with shark teeth. Let's go stanza by stanza to see if we can figure out what's going on. So, the first stanza, the thing about a shark is teeth, one row above, one row beneath. Okay, so it's telling us where the teeth are in the shark's mouth. Okay, so we've still got shark teeth. Now take a close look. Do you find it has another row behind? All right, so now it seems to me that this person right here is talking to somebody about looking at sharks' teeth because this person is asking a question. Do you find it has another row behind? This person is also telling their friend to take a close look. So I'm imagining two people looking at a shark's mouth together. All right, so the third stanza, still closer, here, I'll hold your hat. Has it a third row behind that? All right, so this third stanza supports the idea that two people are kind of looking at the shark's mouth. They're looking at all of the different rows of teeth that are in the shark's mouth. And when it says, I'll hold your hat, we see that this person has a hat in their hand. But where's the other person? Um, we'll get to that question after we answer this one. But the answer to this question is for what is the poem about? It's about two people looking at shark's teeth. That's what it's about. Um, we can tell from the illustration, we can tell from the title, and we can tell from the text in the first three stanzas. So, what is the poem about? It's about two people looking at shark teeth in the shark's mouth. That's important. The shark teeth are still in the shark's mouth. All right. Now, the last question. Why does the last line say, I'll never know now? Well, goodbye. All right. I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. What does this line mean? What's happening in the poem for that line to actually make sense? Because when I first read it, when I read this poem the first time, I was like, well, why won't this person ever know about the shark teeth? Like what happened to his friend or their friend? Um, so we're going to go through it stanza by stanza again, and we'll find out what exactly that last stanza means. All right, so about the teeth of sharks. The thing about a shark is teeth, One row above, one row beneath. Well, we see the one row above up here and one row beneath down here. Now take a close look. Do you find it has another row behind? Well, we see the many layers of the teeth. So where we can see that this person and their friend, um, we don't know where the friend went yet, are looking at this shark's mouth and seeing, oh my goodness, there's so many teeth. There's so many rows of teeth all around us in the shark's mouth. All right, the third stanza. Still closer. Here, I'll hold your hat. Has it a third row behind that? So this person is asking their friend to get closer in the shark's mouth to look for that third row of teeth. So this person's friend takes off their hat and they give it to their friend. That's this person right here. So this person is holding the hat. The narrator of the poem is holding their friend's hat, and the friend goes and peers inside uh, the shark's mouth. So they're like, let's look around and see what's going on in the shark's mouth. How many teeth? How many rows of teeth are there? Um, and then the last stanza. Now look in and look out. Oh my, I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. Oh my goodness. So what happened? Why won't this person ever know about the third row of teeth? Um, So this person is telling their friend to look in. Okay, looking in, looking in, looking in. Now imagine my head is looking in to this shark's mouth. This shark's mouth is open, wide open, and they're looking in, and then this person says, "Look out!" Why are they saying "look out"? Why would they say that about looking in a shark's mouth? So I'm gonna add a sound effect and see if you guys can figure out what's going on. Now look in and look out. Hum. Oh my. I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. What happened? What happened? I'm going to read it again with that sound effect and see if you can figure out what is happening in that poem. Now look in and look out. Oh, oh my. I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. So that sound effect was supposed to be a shark chomping down, a shark closing its mouth. So what happened? This person's friend was looking so far into the shark's mouth that the shark ate the friend. The shark closed its mouth and ate the friend. And this person right here says, "Oh my." This person is shocked that the shark closed his mouth. Um, and then he says, or they say, "I'll never know now." Why won't they know now? Because their friend just got eaten by a shark. And he says, "Well, goodbye," which seemed kind of like it was no big deal, but their friend just got eaten by a shark. That's why they'll never how many rows of teeth there are in the shark's mouth. So, what does the last line mean? I'll never know now. Well, goodbye. Why won't the narrator know now? Because their friend got eaten by a shark in that last line of the poem. Their friend got eaten by the shark. So, this person will never know if there is a third row of teeth. And then when they're saying, well, goodbye, they're saying goodbye to their friend who got eaten by a shark. So this was definitely a silly poem, and that's one of the great things about poetry is that it can be a little bit silly. And I have a bunch more of these silly poems, so we can read some more of them together. Um, all right, my friends. So you just need to fill out that one sheet of paper. There is no extra exit ticket today. That one piece of paper is your exit ticket. So you just need to submit that on Seesaw, and you will be good to go. Remember, if you have any questions at all, just reach out to your teacher, and we will be happy to help. All right, my friends. See you tomorrow for another read aloud. Bye.